After reading Thank You for Arguing, Evan Marquardt of Schertz, Texas asks, how did you write such a dope book? Well, thank you for that brilliant question, Evan. How did I write a dope book? Well, it takes one to write one. Dad joke. But let's talk about how you might want to write a book someday. First, become a writer. No, scratch that. First, become a reader, then become a writer. Every good writer is a great reader. For the writing part, write every day, every single day. If you play a sport or a musical instrument, you know the importance of daily practice. Writing, same thing. I've been keeping a journal since I was in 3rd grade. I call my journal Lunch because when I was in 3rd grade, all I could think to write about was what I ate for lunch. Bologna sandwich, carton of milk. But I was writing. Second, fall in love with John Quincy Adams. Well, not him necessarily, but that's what I did. I stumbled on a book by Adams in a college library, and he introduced me to rhetoric, the ancient art of persuasion. I was in love. You too should get totally passionate about something like that. So passionate, you're willing to sacrifice weeks and months and years on the subject. I read many books and talked to brilliant people around the world for 12 years before I quit my job to write Thank You for Arguing. Third, take a lot of notes. I used a database that kept track of stuff, including sources. Fourth, make a plan. By plan, I mean a detailed outline. I laid out 20 or so chapters, then wrote an outline for each chapter, then rewrote that outline about a jillion times. Outlines are far more useful than you think. If you're taking the AP Lang exam, by the way, practice outlining for the essay parts. Seriously. Fifth, write the book. 6 or 7 times. Thank You for Arguing was originally around 90,000 words. That's about 360 double-spaced pages. Sixth, have a brilliant editor. My editor at Random House, a guy named Rick Horgan, said the manuscript I sent him was terrible, completely unpublishable. He gave me specific advice, though, on how to make it good. So I rewrote it again, and he told me it needed more work. So I rewrote it again. Seventh, read it aloud to a tough crowd. I did this with my teenage kids and their friends, bribing them with snacks. Every time they looked bored or started goofing around, I took a highlighter and marked that passage. Then I went back and told a story or made it funnier. Eighth, read the book a bunch more times after the editor edits it, and it goes into type. It's amazing how many mistakes you'll find. By this time, you're pretty excited about the book looking real, but honestly, you're getting pretty sick of yourself. Okay, 2 more, assuming you want to actually publish your book on paper and have a publisher give you money for it. So 9th, write a proposal. That's assuming you plan to have a publisher print and sell your book for you. The proposal contains your outline, a summary of the book, a sample chapter or 2, a marketing plan, your biography, and other things. My proposal was about 60 pages. If you plan to self-publish your book, you won't need a proposal, but it's still a good idea to write one. You need to convince yourself that the book is worth the effort and possible expense. If you want to just do an ebook, you can do it for free. Google it, you'll find lots of advice. And finally, 10th, find an agent. Some books find a publisher without an agent, but that's really rare. An agent will sell the book to the publisher. It's hard to get an agent, though. Your proposal will have to seem like something people will really want to buy. So is it worth it?
Oh, so funny. This is going to be great.
Well, Thank You for Arguing has now more than 500,000 copies in print, and it got published in 14 languages so far. But I've written other books that didn't do nearly as well. A few of them bombed. But even if none of the books sold well, the writing was still totally worth it. I learned a ton. My brain works better than it probably would, and I get to meet cool people and ask them questions. And that's actually the biggest reason for writing in the first place. Your brain, not just a book, by the way, writing. So, if you want to write a dope book, you'd better get started by reading. See my blog post titled Want to Write? It gives you more useful advice. Meanwhile, Evan, thanks for the question. And thank you for arguing.
No, this isn't an argument. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just contradiction.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is